Thanks for logging on to clevelandbrowns.com and the Cleveland Browns mobile app. Nathan Zegura, Andy Baskin, 34-20. The Browns fall here at home. We won't be back here until after Thanksgiving, but you know, for the first half there, and they ran off 20 points, you thought the Browns were going to do something special on this first day of November.
They certainly look that way. They race out to the big lead. They're up 20-7, and then going to the half 20-10, and you felt good about what this team was doing. Why? They were winning the turnover battle. They were protecting Josh McCown, at least in terms of sacks early on. As we saw, the hits that he took, though, ultimately ended up taking a big toll on Josh McCown, but it seemed that the offense was clicking. They were converting in the red zone, 2 touchdowns to Hartline, 1 to Gary Barnes, but ultimately that was where the momentum stopped. Really, when Travis Coons finally missed, he missed an extra point. That was the end of the story for the offense for the Browns.
All right, Nathan, I'm just curious from your perspective on the sidelines to watch Josh McCown, to even be able to go back out on the field. Johnny Manziel had 2 steps onto the field with his hand on his helmet, ready to go, and then Josh out of nowhere said, "I'm not leaving this game."
Let me just look right into the camera and say this. I have more respect for Josh McCown, the football player, than anybody I have seen. He took an absolute beating today, and I knew he took a beating last week against St. Louis. When you're that close, you can feel the hits, you can hear the hits, you can hear the sounds that come after the hits. And the fact that he came off, he crumpled down, was worked on by the trainers, waved them off eventually, went back out there and took a couple more huge shots and kept going, says all you need to know about what's inside of Josh McCown. He will give you absolutely everything. He did it today. Now, offensively, ultimately, it was not enough, but Josh McCown is a man, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, let's talk about the Browns defense just a little bit here, because third down efficiency was pretty rough today, especially in the second half.
Yeah, 13 of 16 for Arizona. They just couldn't get off the field. They played a good job, but this is a very talented team, missing John Brown. They give up too many deep balls, and we're fortunate not to give up more. Carson Palmer missed his first 2 early. 491 yards of total offense. They just didn't have an answer. And in a game, we came out and said they need to win the turnover battle. They did. Arizona turned it over 4 times, but the Browns weren't able to really convert that into points. The Browns ultimately ended up turning it over twice themselves, but still +2 in the turnover battle. McCown was sacked only once. So you thought that you felt good about the chances when you look at those stats, but as you pointed, third down, couldn't get off the field. That was the Achilles heel 2 years ago. Not last year, 2 years ago, but it was today.
All right, interesting point in the season right now where the next 5 weeks you're looking at all AFC North.
You are. You go through the division, and now it sounds like a bad injury for Le'Veon Bell for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Cincinnati able to win that game late 16-10. So you get the undefeated Bengals at home on a short week, and with Joe Hayden, Dante Whitner both being forced out of this game with concussions, there's no way you expect them to be able to be ready for Thursday night. So you're going to be shorthanded, then the Steelers, then the Ravens. So you're right, 5 straight against this division. It's going to be a very tough stretch for this team, and at some point, I think we're going to start to have to see the young guys and see what you got with this team.
All right, Nathan, thank you very much. Hey, thanks for logging on to clevelandbrowns.com and the Cleveland Browns mobile app.